Hello, thanks for joining for this Yin class. My name is Branden, and this is Dimitra. She's going to be demoing for us. We'll be starting laying on our back, as she is here, and connecting with your breath. Allow your body to be heavy and connected to the earth by relaxing fully here. Option to bring your left hand over your heart, your right hand over your lower belly, and to observe the patterns of your breath. Anytime throw practice, if your mind is wandering, you can always bring it back to your breath or focus in on any sensations that you're feeling within your body. Take a deep breath in, fully expand your belly, hold at the top, and on your exhale, release your air through your mouth. Good, one more just like that. Inhale fully, deep breath in. Fullest expansion through your belly and your chest. Exhale, side out. Beautiful. Bringing your soles of your feet together and your heels towards your sit bones. Your knees coming out to the side for Supta Baddha Konasana. If you have any props that you'd like to put under your knees, that's a great option to support. As we hold postures longer in Yin, which means that you may feel discomfort if you are holding too long. Start to notice if you're holding any tension in your hips. Sending your breath there if you feel you are, and allowing yourself to relax fully. Yin is an opportunity to give back a little love to yourself, to let go of anything you're holding on to, slow things down a little. Two more long, deep cycles. After your next exhale, bring your hands to the outsides of your knees and gently draw them into center. You can walk your feet out to the edges of your mat, keeping your knees still bent. And draw your knees into center towards each other. You can shift side to side like windshield wipers. It's releasing your hips. And then when you're ready, your legs will come out long in front of you onto the mat. On your next inhale, draw your right knee towards your chest and wrap your hands around your shin. You can interlace your fingers, or if you have the space, you can wrap your right arm around your right shin, drawing a little closer to your chest. Allowing these first few moments for a little exploration of your body. You could circle your ankle. Going both ways. Option to bring a little bit of movement into your right hip joint by doing some circular motions, massaging the joint. Two more breaths, right where you are, settling in stillness. On your next exhale, release your right leg, and then stay here for a breath. On your next inhale, join your left knee towards your chest, wrapping your fingers or your left arm around. Taking the same options you took on the other side. It feels good to roll your ankle or your hip. After you've had a bit of movement, settling in stillness. Allowing your full awareness to come to right here, right now. And on your next exhale, releasing your left leg down onto the mat. Taking any little movements you need to here to release the last posture. When you're ready, you can bend your knees in towards your chest, roll onto either side, and then press up into a tabletop. Your shoulders are stacked over your wrists, your hips are stacked over your knees. On your next inhale, lift your right hand up towards the sky. And on your exhale, thread your right hand underneath your left, drawing your right shoulder onto the mat. If you need any prop spot for your neck or your head, you can bring a blanket, anything to help you feel a bit more comfortable. If you're feeling that you're getting any tingling sensations in your right arm, that's a sign that you have cut off the flow of blood and the flow of energy into that area. So bring a little lightness into the posture, coming out a bit. Yin Yoga helps us to stretch the deep connective tissue within our muscles, the fascia, and that helps to allow the flow of energy through your body. So cutting that off is not what we want. Press your left hand into the mat and reach your right fingertips up towards the sky. And then on your exhale, drop your right hand down onto the mat. Moving over to the other side on your inhale, left hand reaches up towards the sky, chest opens. Exhale, thread your left hand through and under, dropping your left shoulder onto the mat. Taking any subtle movements that feel good for you. If you're starting to feel any discomfort in your knees, you could fold your mat back so that you have 2 layers of cushion for your knees. This brings a little bit more support. Two to 3 deep breaths. On your next inhale, press your right hand into the mat beside your head and reach your left fingertips up towards the sky. And then exhale, left hand comes down onto the mat. Slowly walk your hands forward, keeping your knees where they are. Lowering your heart towards the mat for heart melton pose, often called puppy dog pose. Your forehead could be on the mat, or if you have the space, you can bring your chin and chest onto the mat. Keeping your shoulder blades space between them. Your arms and hands can either be shoulder distance apart, or if you feel like you have the space, you could walk them together. This can be a pretty deep back bend, so being mindful of how your lower back feels. You can walk your hands back, pressing back into tabletop, and sit your sit bones back towards your heels for a quick child's pose, rounding your back and dropping your forehead to the mat. If it feels good for you, you can have your sit bones heavy towards your heels as you reach your hands a little bit further, a little bit of activity in the arms, just so that you can feel length through your whole back body. On your inhale, back to tabletop. Yeah. For this next one, depending on where you are and what your setting's like, you can either turn so that you're horizontal, bringing your knees out wide as you can comfortably bring them. The insides of your feet come onto the mat and your heels are pointing towards each other and your toes away from each other. This is frog pose. Keep your hips between your knees. Your forearms can either be on a prop or they can be on the mat, or if you even have the space, you can bring your chest all the way down onto the mat. Deep hip openers like this one can be quite vulnerable. And so it's best that we go into the posture mindfully, gradually, allowing ourselves to explore deeper into the posture as we sit here. Yin Yoga offers us the opportunity for deep listening. to go looking for the answers inside rather than always looking externally. Allow your breath to keep being smooth, and your focus is inside. When you're ready, you can slowly shift your weight forward, coming to lay on your belly. Draw your knees together. Your feet can be up towards the sky, and dropping your feet to the side, right side, left side, just allowing your hips to release. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders, your palms, your hands onto the mat. Your tops of your feet on the mat as well, moving into a Sphinx pose. Your forearms are shoulder distance apart. Your neck is long and your chin is slightly tucked as your chest is lifting up for a gentle back bend. Allowing your hips to be heavy towards the mat. On your next exhale, lowering your chest down onto the mat, bringing either cheek onto the mat, what feels best for you. You could even bring your forehead onto your hands. If it feels good for you, you can shake your hips side to side, releasing your lower back. When you're ready, you can stretch your left hand above your head, and we're going to roll onto our backs. Take a moment to settle here. Bend both your knees. Bring the soles of your feet onto the mat. Guide your right ankle above your left knee on your thigh. Moving into figure four. Option to wrap your hands around your left shin or behind your left thigh, drawing your left knee towards your chest. Continuing to allow your shoulders to be relaxed towards the mat. Your neck is relaxed. Your jaw, your tongue. Connect with the sensations that you feel within your hip. If you're feeling any pain in your knee, that's a sign that you've taken this too far. Anytime through yoga, it's important that we distinguish the difference between discomfort and pain. If you feel a sharp pain, then then you need to come out. But sitting with discomfort can help us in our daily life, to be able to handle the discomforts that are offered to us on a regular basis. When you're ready, you can release your left foot down to the mat, and then your right leg releases as well, taking any movements that feels good for you. And when you're ready, bend into your right knee. Bring your right sole of your foot onto the mat. Draw your left ankle over right thigh. Moving to figure four on this side. Recognize that it won't feel the same side to side, and that's normal. Interlace your hands around your shin or thigh. Draw your right knee towards your chest. Two more deep cycles of breath here. Allowing this to be relaxed. Understanding that in Yin Yoga, the stretch comes from traction or gravity and not from muscular energy. On your exhale, release your leg, bring your foot down, and then both soles of your feet onto the mat. Take any last movements here that feel good. Draw your knees towards your chest. Bring your arms at a T or cactus arms. Drop your knees over to the left side. Gaze is either up or over your right shoulder. Three more cycles. Full spinal twist. Inhale, knees back to center. Shift your hips over to the left side before dropping your knees over to the right. Gaze on where it feels comfortable for your neck. Close your eyes to help draw your focus inward. On your inhale, knees come back to center. Exhale, hug your knees towards your chest. Taking any last movements before we move into our Shavasana tonight. Allow your legs to be out wide, your arms as wide as it feels comfortable. Palms open up towards the sky. Feel the connection of your body towards the earth. Corpse pose, Shavasana, is an opportunity to surrender our ego. That's what it means to die on the mat. Deep breath through your nose. Allow your belly to fully expand, rib cage, chest. Exhale, sigh out. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a moment to feel gratitude for yourself for taking the time to practice today. Doing something that's good for both your body, mind, and soul. And then extend that gratitude out towards somebody or something that you feel thankful for. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.